Let me begin by looking at the macro environment, the near-term macro environment. Recently, we just received some data points on the May numbers, and both for industrial production as well as fixed asset investments. They have disappointed and failed to meet market expectation. I understand that you continue to forecast China's GDP growth at around 5% for 2024. And that has, the continued slowdown has been a source of concern for many people. And when you look at it, the recent weakness, do you feel it is a source of worry?
Well, 5% is not a big number, so we still stay with 5%. I do not think 5% is a target that Chinese economy will miss. In other words, we still believe that by the end of this year, we'll be able to reach low 5.1, 5.2. However, we are concerned about the trend. We would love to see a reverse of the declining GDP growth rate for the past 12 years, starting from this year. However, so far, the 6 months have passed, we have not seen a reversal of this trend. And the main reason for the lack of reversal of the trend is that the public finance, especially public finance, the local governments, is not properly restructured. Keep in mind, local governments actually are big players. They are accountable for roughly easily 20 to 25% of economic activities in China when they are not in good shape. When their public finance is in trouble, the whole economy slows down. That's the main reason.
And yes, that's a very important point. And I maybe raised to this topic about the debt, right? The last few years, I know that the authorities have been working hard to restructure or address the level of leverage, both for local governments in terms of local government financing vehicles, and more importantly, the real estate sector. Particularly, we've seen quite a bit of bankruptcies in that sector. And both have been an overhang to the Chinese economy. Do you see that we are past the worst situation? Do you think the situation for both has stabilized? And also, what measures do you think you can suggest to policymakers to introduce to reverse what's happening and also to revive confidence?
Property market, I do believe that we are at the bottom. We have seen the worst, and starting from the middle of this year, there will be gradual recovery in major markets. And the problem of the property market is mainly in the area of financial impact. That is, the many large developers are still in danger of defaulting their debt. But this problem is now gradually being resolved. The central government have provided around 600 billion RMB to support the developers. I believe that there's another 300 billion RMB to be provided in order to completely stabilize the developers. So the main issue there with the property market is the impact on the financial market. Well, the other issue is, I think it's more important, that is the local governments are still not being able to repay their debt. They're issuing new debt in order to pay back the interest and principal of old debt. This situation has to be restructured, has to be changed. The central government is already fully recognizing the issue, and already the central government is moving in the right direction. That is to issue much more central government owned debt. In other words, sovereign debt, issued by the Ministry of Finance of the central government, and use that proceeds of the debt to restructure local government. Okay, so this I believe will be a major area of action in the coming 6 months or even 1 year. Once this is done, then the whole economy's recovery will be able to speed up. So that's the main issue. The policy direction is right. However, the intensity the speed of the policy adjustment are now lacking.
Professor, you touched on it a while ago about the third plenum early July coming up. If I were to ask you what's on your wish list that you would like to see, what's on top of that list?
Now, three things I would hope the three plenum will include in the document. Number one is to come up with practical policies to stabilize the property market, and also to help the property market to recover as quickly as possible. For example, lifting any restrictions of housing purchase, which are still in place in many cities in China. Second item in my wish list is to speed up the process of issuing central government debt and use that debt to restructure local government debt. This is critical, as we already argued. The third item in my wish list is to have practical reforms to realign local government's interest from supporting investment and factories to supporting local increase of local people's disposable income and to boost local consumption. So these are the three items I would wish: property market, local government debt, and speeding up consumption.